when I look at Trump, I'm exhausted just seeing how much energy he has.
Right.
I'm 20 plus years younger than him. I'm 55. He's what, 74, 75?
Yeah.
So he's about 20 years on me. And I just can't believe the kind of energy he has. Just think about all the things that he's done in his career. Now some will say he's been a scammer, that, but he's a doer. He's done a million things, right? Sometimes he succeeded, sometimes he's failed, but he's tried many different things in many different arenas. So he's a doer. It's as if he's on Adderall. He can't stop. He probably sleeps 2-3 hours a day.
He does.
I respect that. Then you look at someone like Biden, basically a political parasite, 47 years. What can you put on your CV that's concrete? If you look at my CV, I can list for you all the papers I've written, all the books I've published, all the talks I've given. There's something very concrete on my CV. What is his CV? Nothing. He's just someone who never said something sufficiently ugly that he was kicked out of politics. And so he was a parasite. And so if only that, I can respect Trump and not Biden. But for many of my highfalutin ivory tower friends, the mere fact that Trump is an aesthetic injury disqualifies him.
So, but there's nothing in the average person that sees and again, I don't mean this to be mean, but a man who is clearly in decline and say, I want one of these two to keep me safe. I'll pick the guy who reminds me of my grandfather when we had to take the keys away.
I'm gonna be hyperbolic and even push it further. To those people who would still prefer Biden, Biden could be in an induced coma where he could only flip his eyelids. They would still think that is a much better option than brazen, vulgar, orange man bad. And I know this for a fact because I've tried to engage some of these people, some of whom are otherwise really intelligent people, but there's a complete wall of emotional hysteria that is simply impossible to penetrate. And by the way, I don't mean to imply, a lot of times people think, oh, you know, I must have posters of Trump in my bedroom that my wife and I use as foreplay. Right? No.
Am I the only one?
Exactly. So it's not that I'm such a Trump lover. It's that I think I'm sufficiently nonpartisan, especially as a Canadian, to say, wait a minute, there are very compelling reasons why someone might like Trump. It can't be that 60 plus million people in the last round voted for a complete racist monster. They can't even grant you that. No, he is a monster, and only monsters could vote for such a monster. It's all about his monster qualities. It's grotesque, it's idiotic, it's imbecilic.